Listen up, boys and girls. If you're a Mug Club subscriber, you should be watching this show on Mug Club on Locals and not Rumble. Click the link in the description below to go there and watch the full episode without interruption. And if you're only watching on Rumble, subscribe now and get twice as much of me like my wife does and Crowder's show and a lot more. Thank you.
Furthermore, you can all go fuck yourselves.
Donald Trump today, responding to the charges. The top news story, obviously, is the stolen car in Newark. Suspect had a green hat on, Nike shoes, and that guy, as somebody once said. How are you, folks? Tuesday. Welcome to the big show. Obviously, big news. The Democrats have officially declared civil war, but I would say that thinking that the right might get off their ass and maybe physically punch somebody right in the fucking head. How about that? And just go, you're not playing by the rules. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Might as well get right to it because we'll spend a lot of time on Trump, and if you don't like that, flip over to fucking, you know what? Everybody loves Kevin. This is insane what's going on. Insane. And I just know there are people that I know that like vote Democrats still probably, they think it's a proud day. They think that he's really, so stupid they can't see what's going on. And there are some people, this is how bad it is, there's people on the left that are fucking disgusted with this, believe it or not. So you idiots on the, like CNN and MSNBC, I can't even, CNN, they're all bragging, and Joy Reid, like they took down Capone. How fucking dare you? Do they really believe it? I think they do. I really think they do. That's how ignorant they are and power hungry. It could never happen without the aid of the media, obviously. Fucking insane. It is insane. Uh-oh. Is that Trump coming up from Atlanta? What's ironic, it's happening right in the backyard of Stacey, hey, I won that election, Abrams. How fucking irony's thicker than her fucking 40-inch neck, that pig face, mashed potato eating whore. Oh my God, this is fucking Banana Republic to the 10th power. I'll say it again. The left is just going like this to the right. What are you going to do? What are you going to We wipe our ass for the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. What are you going to do? We're doing what we want.
My question is, why isn't anybody on the right actually bringing that up since it's happening in Georgia? I haven't heard anybody talk about Abrams doing the same thing.
Oh, they have. Yeah. You're busy with your wedding and shit. They have. Believe me, they've been bringing it up on Fox and, but yeah, it's in a few articles and shit. But yeah, I mean, there's a million things that are ironic with this fucking thing. We'll get to them. Again, I know you guys who listen to the show have heard me reference the HBO Gotti movie back in I think it was the early 90s, 94 or so. Armin Asante played John Gotti. And what's going on with Trump? Because they're treating him like he's a mafia don. The similarities, well, just to show you what I'm talking about, I pulled the clip of from the movie. Let me just read a little of the text to make it seem like I know what I'm doing. Former President Trump and 18 of his allies and supporters were indicted Monday by a Georgia grand jury in connection with his efforts to overturn the 2020 election results in the Peach State. they used Georgia's equivalent of the RICO statute. And if you guys don't know what the RICO statute is, and here's some more irony about this. It's what I think Giuliani and his district attorney, or whoever at the time, was he the mayor? No, he was the attorney. Trying to get Gotti. Diane Giacalone was the judge who had got Gotti on the RICO charge. But there's something called the RICO statute that they had to use to get John Gotti, who kept getting off like Trump does. Trump, the whole Russia collusion thing was shit. The perfect phone call was bullshit. All this shit. And they had to, like Gotti, he kept getting off. Of course, he was tampering with the witnesses and threatening people. But he kept winning and winning, and he was rubbing it in their face. And by the way, the only difference is Gotti was an actual mobster. Trump might be the cleanest guy ever to sit in that shithouse White House. But here's a scene from the movie with John Gotti's lawyer, Bruce Cutler, explaining to him what the RICO statute is.
Let me go through this RICO thing again. It says if anyone anywhere is caught doing anything wrong, then everyone is guilty, up and down the line. Wait a minute, this is a law.
Yeah, it is the government's license to throw out the Constitution. If they can prove that somebody is part of a continuing criminal enterprise, they can lock them up for life. Continuing criminal enterprise. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Did they lock up Nixon for life when they raided his Democratic National Headquarters with whatever the fuck they were?
Plumbers.
Yeah, an ongoing criminal enterprise his entire career. That's a RICO case.
U.S. attorney on this case does not see you as a defendant. To her, you're some kind of
trophy. I mean, horror. Who horror?
Diane Giacalone, very ambitious.
Would you forget about it? No brush named Giacalone is gonna be jerking me off alone. And would you tell her to leave us the fuck alone? And another thing, I don't wanna be alone tonight.
But you hear what Cutler said? You're like a trophy to her. Exactly what this Fina Willis, this black bitch, she ran on getting Trump, I think, somebody said. Okay? The fucking parallels are amazing. I don't hear anybody bringing them up. And like I said, Giuliani was the fucking attorney, federal attorney in New York, helping take down the mob. I mean, so he was involved in this shit. It's fucking amazing, the similarities. Again, Gotti being a murderer and shit, but I'm just saying. And it's basically what they're doing. And don't take my word for it. Also charged in the indictment, which was signed by Fulton County Superior Court Judge Robert McBurney. Oh, he's good. Here he is talking to Refrigerator Perry about a parking ticket in Chicago. Robert McBurney, shortly before 9 p.m. and unsealed approximately 2 hours later. These are the people that were indicted. And listen to the anger and kind of the street in her voice. This makes her career. She's going to be world famous, she thinks. But listen to it's a combination of black anger and I got the bad white guy. She's listening.
Today, based on information developed by that investigation, a Fulton County grand jury returned a true bill of indictment.
A bill?
Charging 19 individuals with violations of Georgia law.
You did, not the grand jury.
Arising from a criminal conspiracy to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election in this state.
You fat, nasty black bitch!
The indictment
Liar, whore, and you know
felony counts and is 97 pages long. Please remember that everyone charged in this bill of indictment is presumed innocent.
Yeah, why don't you remember it?
The indictment brings felony charges against
corn cob eating
Donald
motherfucker
John Trump, Rudolph William Louis Giuliani.
Liar, whore, and you know
Charles Eastman.
Take a big step back
Mark
and literally
Randall
fuck your
Meadows,
own face!
John Cheeseborough.
Not John Cheeseborough.
Jeffrey Clark. Jenna.
All right,
Lynn.
Enough. Excuse me. So she's playing the role of Diane Giacalone, the guy who got the woman who got Gotti. You guys. Trump, 77 years old, faces 13 counts in the case, matching a docket prematurely. Yes, they posted the docket prematurely. Excuse me, on the website before the grand jury signed off on it. The Fulton County Superior Court's website around noontime. It went up to premature ejaculation. Hours after the indictment was handed down, the former commander-in-chief took to Truth Social to rail against Georgia's prosecutors, saying, so the witch hunt continued. 19 people indicted tonight, including the former president of the United States, me, by an out-of-control and very corrupt district attorney who campaigned and raised money on I will get Trump. And what about those indictment documents put out today, long before the grand jury even voted, and then quickly withdrawn? Sounds rigged to me, he says. Which, I gotta believe that. I'm no lawyer and shit. I gotta believe that's gonna, right, throw a monkey wrench into something. Why didn't they indict 2.5 years ago? Trump asked. Because they wanted to do it right in the middle of my political campaign. Witch hunt, he says.
Yes, sir.
By the way, it's a good time to remind you, in the second half of the show, I'm going to be talking about possibility of the Redskins' name coming back to the team. Possibility. Who's pushing behind it? You'll be very surprised who's making the push. And also, I'm going to be talking about another double standard when it comes to the law, and this time resulting in the death of a Trump supporter. So just another glaring thing. It's exclusively on Mug Club, so join now to get it at nickdip.com. Hey, boys and girls, head over to nickdip.com to get exclusive hats, T-shirts, hoodies, and more. It's yet another way for you to support the show and look sexy at the same time. You can also get signed copies of my previous specials and all of the Nicka shirts. Just go to nickdip.com and click on store. Again, that's nickdip.com. Click on store. Thank you guys so much. See you soon. Let me move on. The charges against the former president include violation of Peach State's anti-racketeering law, conspiracy, false statements, and asking a public official to violate their oath of office. They got all that out of him going, find me 11,000 more votes. He didn't mean illegally. Oh, my God. This is their case, dude. All 19 defendants are charged with Georgia's equivalent of the federal RICO statute, which can be used against any group of individuals deemed... Tony Soprano brought up the RICO thing when he was talking to his shrink, and she thought it was his cousin. Individuals deemed to use criminal means to attain an objective. The acronym refers to the Federal Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organization Act. That's where you get RICO, R-I-C-U-O, okay? You get it? Okay. The defendants, 30 unindicted co-conspirators, and others known and unknown to the grand jury, constituted a criminal organization whose members and associates engaged in false statements and writings, impersonating a public officer, forgery, filing false documents, influencing witnesses, computer theft, computer trespass, computer invasion of privacy, conspiracy to defraud the state, acts involving theft, and perjury, the 98-page bullshit indictment reads. This is fucking... Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis, that's the hateful bitch seen there. She slept with some rapper, I think. Somebody mentioned. So she's street, yo. She got the white whale, yo. She got the bad white man / orange. Fulton County orange like his jumpsuit, right, bitch? Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis, who launched the investigation into Trump and his associates nearly 2 years ago, told reporters at a late-night press conference that she intended to try all 19 defendants together and that they would be given less than 2 weeks to turn themselves in. See, because she's on a timeline, folks. This has to be done because there's a big election coming up. Dershowitz, so don't take my word for it because you know my politics. Dershowitz, pretty smart Jew if I do say so myself. Brilliant professor. We had on the show before. Dershowitz from last night, before charges were actually made public, said this.
Used to
teach my students, many of them future prosecutors, if you bring a RICO case, that increases your chances of winning a trial and losing on appeal. The same thing is true with conspiracy and other cases involving mental states. And so all 4 of these cases are designed to get quick convictions in jurisdictions that are heavily loaded against Donald Trump. And these prosecutors don't care as much as prosecutors generally do about having the convictions reversed on appeal, because that will happen after the election, which only goes to prove what I've been arguing now for months. If you're going after the man who's running against your incumbent president, you would darn well better have the strongest case possible. And these are among the 4, at least 3 of them, 3 weakest cases I've ever seen against any candidate.
Okay, don't take it from me, the dumb guinea. Mr. Dershowitz, by the way, who is a liberal Democrat, by the way. He just, like he said, he loves the Constitution, puts it before all the other horse shit, and knows it better than anybody on the planet. And says that they're basically going after Trump because he argued with the results. Honestly, what's all this? I can't wait to see this impersonating an officer. Would he put a cop's hat on? Somebody fucking Giuliani dressed up like a detective. I can't wait to see this. Wouldn't it be amazing, though? Wouldn't this be great that somehow Trump ends up, like this doesn't work what they're trying. Trump ends up as the nominee and wins the White House back and goes after fucking, throws Biden in jail and his shithead son. Biden dies about a week, and that would be a fairy tale ending. And in a real perfect world, that's what should be going down. That's the other thing. All this is against the backdrop of Biden and his fucking son violating FARA and every other fucking act. and slow walking and fucking the whistleblowers coming out and they ignore them. And Congress is subpoenaing the Democrats and they go, fuck you, we're not giving you anything. For the last, 4 years? It's insane. I honestly, folks, I never like to put politics above friends, but this is fucking, I mean, come on now. Anyways, that's where we are. It's still shocking, even though I knew it was coming. So we shall see. Now, that brings up another question. If Trump's not on the, who's the go-to person for the nomination? The nomination. What are you going to go with DeSantis? He's at, 7%? You know what I mean? Not the worst thing, but I'm just saying. I don't think it's sunk in with people what's going on here. Trump leads all Democrats and Republicans as far as polls go right now. Hopefully there's enough people that are on the fence and people who are moderate Democrats who are smart enough to go, fuck this. If they can do that to a former president, just like Trump said, they want to do it to you guys. I'm in their way. And did you hear what Dershowitz said? The key thing was that when you go after, use like the RICO statute, he said it increases your chances of winning, but failing on appeal, which is exactly what they want, you know? Because he will win on appeal, but who doesn't matter? Fucking Gavin Newsom or some other chooch should be in the White House. It ain't going to be Joe. I'm still saying it. There's no way that schmuck gets back in. I'm surprised the Dems won't poison him. You know, they do play hard. Put a little rice in his Ensure.
Well, they're already, flirting with Stalinism. Might as well throw Putin in the mix.
Oh, you're exaggerating. They're just good Democrats. They're a little... They should flirting with it. They're fucking it in the ass and giving us the finger. How do you like that, comrade? Excuse me. You're exactly right, though. I mean, they're already on the dark side. They've crossed the line. Insane, man. Just insane. All right. I say that's enough. But don't you like the parallels I drew? I don't see anybody else doing that. So this opening should go out. Let me ask you a question. That's not going to get flagged, is it? I used a clip from YouTube? It's an HBO thing. If it got flagged, that wouldn't be because of a copyright thing. It was because, he made a good point. We don't want that out there. Right? Anyways. Hey, for those of you guys on Mug Club right now, stick around for the second half of the show. There's more to talk about. Everyone else, go to nickdip.com and join to get my full show, Steven Crowder's full show, and a whole lot more. As you know, I'm part of Mug Club, which now has Alex Jones, Bryan Callen, who's really freaking funny. I never hung out with him, for more than 2 minutes. I met him in L.A. years ago. And, of course, Crowder. And they got a new investigative team that goes undercover, like Project Veritas. They ain't playing games now. Like Crowder said on the replatforming, we ain't here to play nice. We're gonna put a crink in their hose. Said to chill through Dallas' spine.